It seems like ages since I have done a C02 pistol review. God, I can't even remember the last one. I think, in fact, the last one was probably the SIG M17. Yeah, I think it probably was. I could be wrong. Well, replica style C02s anyway. I think this was the last one. Hi guys, this is RACKNLOAD and this is the Walther PPQ M2 pellet version. So this is not a BB version, this is the pellet version. And I've got to tell you, it's really quite nice. Now, I've used the real steel 9mm pistol, and I've also used the 22LR one, the UK version 22LR that's got the big wrist brace and the long barrel, giving it sort of an overall 600mm length for UK law. Yes, I know. But this is really quite good. I've kind of been looking forward to getting my hands on one of these just to sort of compare it to the real thing. And where I work, because I work in the industry, in the shooting industry, I actually compared this to a real steel one, the 22LR one. And I'm almost certain that the lower on this gun it's identical. It is more or less probably 99% identical. You know, there's a few little things, but it really is a good copy of it. Really good. Right, anyway, before we dive in, I'm just going to throw out some specs. So 177 or 4.5mm the caliber is. It will take pellets. The magazine capacity will take 21 rounds. Takes a 12-gram CO2 cylinder. Velocity up to 105 meters a second. Fixed front sight, adjustable rear sight, double and single action. The safety catch is a Glock style safety catch on the trigger, and you have got one here as well. I'll show you that in a minute. Rifled steel barrel. Barrel length is 109mm, weighing in at 860 grams. Overall length is 180mm. And that's your specs pretty much. Now, what do you think, guys? What do you think? I think this thing is really quite good. It feels pretty good quality, to be fair. It really does. But let's first of all talk about the magazine, because this is where the magic happens pretty much. Now, this is a belt-driven one. Belt-driven or belt-fed? Belt-fed, no, it's not belt-fed. It's not machine gun, is it? It's got one of these belts in there, okay? And firstly, you don't take it out on, I forget what other guns now I've had where you have to sort of expose the belt completely to sort of push all the pellets in. This one you don't. So if my camera focuses, basically you put your CO2 cartridge in, you know, in the usual way, put it in and then crank it up with an Allen wrench till it pierces, and then slide the floor plate back, okay, just to sort of cover that nut that you use for your Allen wrench. By the way, it is logoed up there on the bottom of the floor plate. So that's how you put your CO2 cartridge in. But to load your pellets, basically, see this little button here, you push that, and then that gives you room to push the pellets in. So you literally just push them in and then just crank it around, sort of use your finger and thumb or whatever, pushing each pellet in, and you just turn it like this. What I like about this belt, it's not like a plastic, sort of a hard plastic one that sort of could be brittle. This is more rubberized, so it feels a lot better. It feels like it'll cope with quite a bit of, you know, quite a bit of action, a bit of abuse, so to speak. And that's pretty much all you do once you've filled up all your little holes there where the pellets go. You literally push that button back, and that's it. You're good to go. You just slide in the magazine and away you go. You don't have to cock it like a real firearm. It will just be ready to rock on double action. Although if you do cock it, that will give it, I don't know whether it gives it single action. Don't think it does actually. Oh yeah, it does. So if you cock it like that, that makes the trigger pretty light. And then other than that, it's double action then. You know, you can basically use it double action, but obviously when it blows it back like that, that will give you a single action. So pretty good. While I do that, the reset is there, literally at the end when the trigger resets. So you've got to pull the trigger fully and release it fully, you know, to adequately sort of take your shots. But yeah, while we've got it open, let's have a look down the magwell there. Okay, on this particular model, you can't really lock, well you can, to an extent, lock the slide back, but it doesn't lock open after your last shot because this thing is belt fed. Belt fed, that just sounds wrong, just sounds like a machine gun. You know what I mean? It uses a belt in the magazine. So it doesn't lock back when you've took your last shot, which is a little bit disappointing because that'd give it a bit more realism. I mean, for example, you take, for example, the Beretta M9A3 that I happen to have here. So if I cock this one, there's nothing in it. It is gassed up, but it will lock back because there's no ammo in it. So if I just fire this, see that locks back like that. That makes it a bit more real, but well, it is what it is. But on the Walther, you don't get that. Just a different type of magazine. So, but for realism, I guess you can sort of hold it back if you want to and just do that. Give yourself a, you know, a bit of realism there. Safety catch is here, so that locks the trigger, and you can operate that with your thumb. Okay, depending if you're left or right-handed. Yeah, I can pretty much shoot ambidextrous with a pistol. So, but that is your safety catch there, and you've got like a Glock style safety catch. So you've got to hit the middle for it to sort of engage the trigger. The grip on the PPQ is literally exactly the same as the real thing. That stippling effect, that pattern, more or less exactly the same. Okay, magazine release, again, exactly the same. All polymer, the bottom is. The slide is metal. Some of the stuff on the slide is, well, I say some of the stuff. The extractor there that you can see, that's dummy. That obviously, you know, it's not extracting any shells, so that is sort of just dummy and milled into the slide or whatever. So it's just for the look. So that isn't like a separate piece. You got Walther's logo there. Okay. Sights are pretty good. Rear one is adjustable. Front one is fixed, but they're pretty good. Pretty good. Nice sight picture on it. Plenty of room in the trigger guard there. Glock style trigger guard, that shape, pretty much, you know, that seems to be the fashion in recent years on handguns, you know, real steel handguns. But like I say, this is just a replica. Picatinny rail, about 1.5 inches or so on the front lower of this pistol, so you can throw on a light or a laser if you want, just to add to a bit of plinking fun. But no, really quite a cool little pistol, really quite cool. I was shooting tin cans and, you know, just blatting away. I'll show you it operate because it has got a bit of gas in it. Magazine, literally just push it in and you can go straight away on double action. Okay, so it has got a bit of recoil to it, give you a bit of bit of realism, which is really nice felt recoil. 21 shots. You know, I was using Pellets, I think it was. I was using them. Nice flatheads. I always recommend using flathead pellets in a CO2 pistol. Just, I don't know, they seem to just prefer them. They seem to prefer them. I don't know whether it's because they actually, I don't know, they do put a picture of a flathead pellet on the side of a lot of CO2 guns. But I've always used flathead pellets in CO2 guns, so they just don't give you any sort of issues then. But no, a cool little pistol, a fun little back garden plinker. I know you can get the one with the rotary magazine, but you don't get the blowback on that one. So this with the blowback just makes it way more fun, don't you think? Sight picture. Let's just show you close up. I'll show you. I'll slide back actually. Hold that. Okay, so when I take the magazine out, that is literally the top of the magazine that you're seeing. Okay. There's your barrel there. Don't know if you can see down it much. Not really. And the underside of the slide there. A pretty cool pistol, pretty cool. I didn't have any problems with it. It just, you know, fired away. I think I got about four sort of full power magazines out. So what's that, about 80 shots? Yeah, I'm sure I got 4 mags out. And it's still got that gas in as well. I did use a couple of CO2 cartridges, you know, on this gun or in this gun for testing. But I've had about, I didn't really count on the first bit of shooting I was doing. I weren't doing a round count, to be fair. But when I changed the CO2 cartridge, when I noticed they were really starting to drop off, and then it did vent, to be fair. When they really did sort of drop off, after a couple of shots, then the whole thing vented out the barrel. But when I put the new CO2 cartridge in, I counted about 4 magazines before they started dropping off. And, you know, at 21 rounds per magazine, you know, 84 shots. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And it's still got, I can tell it's starting to drop off now. So, yeah, it's dropping off now. But no, a cool little pistol. The box that you get is really quite nice as well. So that is the box. Really cool. Tells you everything you need to know pretty much on the box. Gives you your specs as well. That's where I've just read the specs from. Let's open the box up. You don't really get anything apart from the little Allen key, which I don't know what I've done with that. And the manual. The manual is not bad. Gives you a bit of a breakdown of the pistol, all your do's and don'ts, as standard. Tells you how to load the pellets up and how to load the gas in. Really quite good. I think I am doing the right thing the way they recommend flathead pellets. Pretty comprehensive little manual. You know, you don't really need to sort of go bananas on, you know, it's got a troubleshooting section there. You know, it's a simple little pistol. You haven't sort of got to go totally mad on that. But that's the box. Nice little box. Cardboard box as well, not one of these crappy plastic boxes that you never ever use again. But no, really cool. I think it's a great fun little pistol. The Umarex Walther PPQ M2 with the chain magazine. That's what I was meant to say. Chain magazine, not belt fed, chain fed. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. That is Rack and Load. That is the Walther PPQ M2 CO2 pellet pistol. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.